My name's Carolyn McGettigan and I'm a reader here in the psychology department at Royal Holloway. My current research project is funded by the ESRC and we're looking at the brain systems that are controlling the voice and in particular during speech. So I'm interested in all sorts of sounds that people make with their voice, such as emotional vocalization, speech and song. But in this project we're teaching people to produce sounds that they haven't produced before, so sounds for example from another language. And what we do is we image their brain while they do this, and we're also imaging inside the vocal tract using the MRI scanner. So we're able to link the activations of the brain to the movements of the speech articulators while they're performing the task. So as a cognitive neuroscientist and someone who uses MRI for my research, it's really fantastic to work at Royal Holloway because there are not a huge number of departments in the UK that actually have their own research dedicated MRI scanner. So the scanner here literally is paces away from my office door, and that means that I have this incredible research resource that I can use, and we've been able to develop new techniques on this scanner through it being so easy to access and such a nice facility for my type of research. So my research project sits within a kind of broader research program that I have in mind for where I'm going with my work, and that is really to think about the importance of voices for all sorts of activities in our everyday life. So we usually think about voices being used to speak to each other, and that's very helpful. Linguistic communication is very important, but there are also all sorts of other things that are really important about our voices. How do we sound the way that we sound? Why do we want to sound like that? Why do we like to hear a loved one's voice on the phone? Why is that important? How does our brain respond? How do we respond emotionally? So all of these kinds of wider factors in the flexibility of the human voice, how it sounds and how we produce it, are important in the longer term for me. Thinking about the particular project I'm working on at the moment, one of the interesting things about this is that being able to peer inside the vocal tract when someone is speaking and link that to their brain activity may actually have some applications in more clinically applied research. For example, in people who may have had a stroke and have problems with speech output, we'd be able to look more closely inside their voice, if you like, and see exactly what they are able to achieve with speech movements and link that to the activation or the sort of health of the tissues that remain in the brain post-stroke. You can find out about my research via my website, which is carolynmcgettigan.com, and there we have details about all of the research happening in the lab and events that we've taken part in. So we do quite a lot of public engagement work from the lab talking about our research, and there are lots of links available there where you can find out about some of that work that we've been doing.